Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Now we're running about 30 minutes behind my abbreviated, updated, and changed flight schedule for the day. As I said in my message on Discord, I really had no idea where to fly today. Ideas I had, were just kind of washed out. It was just way too rainy for what I wanted to do, which was some local IFR work. Which I know you can say it to me, folks. Yep, local IFR kind of means bad weather, but I kind of like to be able to learn and not be stuck into it, if that makes any sense. So I really struggled, and I finally, it took a little program I keep telling you about. We're about to bring it up. Some toolkit to give me a hand. I looked at all the airports where we've been and where we have aircraft, I'll call them stationed about. And well, I forgot that I had been down in Cyprus. Now, I'm not sure if I flew this flight with y'all from Beirut over to Cyprus. I think, folks, it's a short 100, 200-mile run. Not much further than what we're about to do today. A little further, but not much. Um, but I looked there and I went, hey, let's head back to Greece. So that's what we're doing. We're going to head to a place. I will go by Nikos. I will not even attempt the first name, although Heraklion is what I'm going to go with. But for our sake, to prevent Greece from getting upset with me and causing an international incident, I'll stick with Nikos. All right, it's pretty simple for me. So, all right, but welcome to Flying with Mike, folks. We're sitting on the ground. Yes, the time is adjusted, and that's we sometimes run into performance issues with the aircraft. I really do want to fly a couple of night flights here soon. I'm trying to figure out where my settings are catching me, or if it's the infamous OBS and flight sim drain on the system that's what's causing some issues. So for the normal flight simmer, flying at dusk to dark is great. For streaming, and of course you have the other downside. You can't see this beautiful plane in the sky, folks. This is a beautiful livery here. I wish I remembered the author's name, but because you know what? Hang on, I'm going to look him up because he deserves credit. And I'll explain here in a minute. Hang on, I'm 2 steps away. Okay, that's a very long step there, that last one. Be careful, it's a doozy. Who made this? On the xplane.org site, gentleman with the call sign of Martin Lenst. You did a great job. Reason I say, here's what he put in the profile for this download. I have wanted this livery for several months. No takers on my repaint request. So I had another go myself. This time it worked out much better than my previous attempts, and I think it's good enough to upload. I think we all need to give him a huge round of applause because, dude, you nailed it with this. This is just outright, I mean, it's outrageous. It's great. So, from Flying with Mike, here's your audience applause for you. Yeah, it's a phenomenal job. I have to tip my hat to him. Great job. I wish I did these a couple. Oh gosh, seems like a millennia ago. Probably was a millennia ago. But anyway, back in the 1900s. But anyway, I did do and dabbled in doing paints for myself, my airlines. I just couldn't afford. What was I using? Photoshop or was it Paint Shop? One of the two. I just couldn't afford it, folks. So I just took the 30-day trial, made the ones I wanted, and it went bloop, out it went. So, Oh, and it's from what I heard even more expensive today. So don't look for liveries out of Flying with Mike. All right, but again, beautiful, beautiful job there, Martin Lentz, and got a great aircraft. Great job on this A319. So thank you, sir. Thank you for your talent and thank you for your effort. All right, so let's, we talked about Sim Toolkit helping me out here. Well, why don't we pull it up and start showing some other features it has on it, shall we? And let me get a couple of other things shut down here to help us see better. All right, here is that infamous program, folks. I can't tell you how much I enjoy this. There's a lot of aircraft out there without EFBs. This will do, folks. It may not be right there in the cockpit for you to swing it over and look at, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, it's just outstanding. Um, my only qualm with it right now is please quit updating. Please figure out what you want and stop updating. I'm tired of every day I come into it and I got an update. But I will say to the credit of the guy, I guess there could be bugs, so but it's annoying to always have to shut it back down, restart it and go. But I get it, if there's bugs, I would be probably more angry and then that, so we'll leave it at that. But beyond that, folks, it's a great program. And it'll go months on end without an update sometimes. So it's just been a lot of updates here over the last month and a half. All right, so down the side here, you see all these great tools. Was this one here that I used to flying this route. I just went to real flights and plugged in where I was at. And I'm just doing one for you real quick here, and then we're going to get into the flight because we need to get going. It isn't a long flight, but it's not as short as we would like. All right, so here's all the different aircraft you can select. Different airlines that fly GLX, and I'm not sure what a GLX. I thought that's corporate, but who knows? I could be wrong. There are a lot of new types of aircraft out here with the Maxes and the 787s and A350s. So pardon me if I step on some toes. But yeah, you can just scroll down here, find the flight time that looks good to you. Now, mind you, some of these are incorrect. They don't account for crossing midnight or whatever. Because, for instance, I wish I could find one real good. Say you find this one, and the next one could be 10 hours and 3 minutes. How did it give 5 extra hours? Obviously, you're not seeing it, but you get my point. And I might have exaggerated a little. Never on Flying with Mike. So, but anyway, this is what I did, and you can narrow it down if you don't want to see all of these aircraft. Say you're one that I don't want to see all those Airbuses that are flying with Mike. Then pick an aircraft. Problem is, you got to make sure you pick the right one because it's not going to go with any 737 because there's a 737-400. I haven't seen a 200 yet in here, but there could be 2 and 300s. 5, 6, 700, 800, 900. Maxes, this, that, and the other. So you're going to have to specify which one. But you don't have to fly that aircraft. It gives you a good pairing. And that's how we found this flight today. All right, and this flight is, like I said, from uh, the island of Cyprus over to Nikos. And yeah, this is going to be a fun flight, folks. That's all I can say. So let's get right into the briefing here. Weather-wise, what do you expect in the Med, folks? Clear skies, or pretty close to clear. 24 degrees Celsius, 19 degrees on the dew point, 10, 11. I mean, folks, no significant weather. Guess what that means? It's a beautiful day in the Med. So winds sort of light, but enough to keep that kind of coolness, kind of keep the air stirring so it's not so, you know, it's just a beautiful day. So, and I'll bet likewise over at Nikos. Look at that. Almost carbon copy, a couple degrees cooler. So, I mean, we're going to have good flying day. Could have been a good DC-3 day, but, we're not going to fly it today. Oop, push the wrong button. What was I? Oh, here's what I'm looking for. So for the loadout today, 119,413 pounds is our zero fuel weight. And I know you guys in Europe are going, you're supposed to be in kilograms over here. I'm a rebellious American, Yankee, American, or otherwise known as Yankee. We're going to stay in pounds. 131 people, though. You don't have a metric number for that. 29,420 for the payload. I know, argue it again. And the fuel, 14,047 pounds or thereabouts. We're going to fly out of here at 27 on the cost index at a flight level of 380. So good flight today. Everything's looking great. Runway 22 is what we're taking off on here. And you can see the routing right here. Since it's yelling at me about not filing a flight plan. Whoa, what happened to... Whoa, they changed something over here at VATSIM. I'm not used to that. They had a security check. Wow. Guess they realized I have the proper credentials. All right, so let's get this flight going. Yes, I know we're almost an hour late of what I scheduled in here, not what I'm ending up flying. Go with that. Why not? Yeah, we can do that time. All right, and we'll go with an RVR of unlimited. And just kidding, folks. CYP is the airline for today, and we are a index. We're a Performance C aircraft. All right, so I think all our stuff's in play, and let's file the flight plan. Folks, if you want to join in and use the information here, feel free to fly along with us. I'm right now on Sim Toolkit. I'm not seeing ATC. It is kind of pushing into the evening hours in Europe, so we're getting into what I would call prime time there. Who knows? They may come up on us. But you've got the flight plan down below. If not, I'll ring it by you again. So hope you all join us. And just making sure I did file it. Okay, it is filed. Okay. And let's go ahead and connect as Cyprus CYP73. And we're an A319. Here we go. All right, so you just saw in the background there, you may have seen the box lit up saying we are online. Okay, so that pretty much covers here. Now, a couple of other little things. When you run into flight planning in itself, you'll see that you have a good amount of airport data here. You can also get your METARs and a little better spelled out for you. Look at the clouds, few at 5,000. And if those of you who really want to rebel against Europe, it even tells you what the inches of mercury is with that setting. You guys are great over there. I'm just having a lot of fun today because tomorrow at work could be pretty rough. We'll see. Who knows? Keeping a positive attitude, and we'll just take the blows or the great as it comes. All right, let's get rid of Sim Toolkit. And let's light this puppy up, shall we? All right, we are in alignment. So you can see IRS align in 0 minutes. What it's waiting on, folks, is the loose nut behind the stick to do his job. Hang on a second. Let me make sure I don't have anything else quickly to do. Yep, we do. We got the APU already up and running, bleeds on, and cooling the aircraft down. Let's just do a quick check up there to make sure. The fun part with the lighting we have right now, folks, you can see all of the off lights. Normally you don't, but when you get this kind of lighting here in the morning and it's a simulator, you're gonna see it. So I always kind of have fun with it. Okay, everything looks set. Oh, that was really quiet. Well, that would explain. Now let's try it again. Much better. Let me just make sure I'm not hamstrung here with sound in aircraft. All right, one more time. Okay, we'll deal with it. That's fine. All right, so we're all set. Yeah, we can head on down and work these McDo's and get them ready to go. All right, so you got your CFM engines. We saw those out there. The Airnac is up to date. Next one, I believe, is June 15th or in that ballpark. So put that on your calendar if you're like me and like to keep it up to date. All right, go to the init page. The easiest way here, click init request or go, I believe, is it data and function? And you can do it here. I am just going to do it here because it keeps me on the same page. All right, we'll go with the cost 35. That ain't going to hurt us too bad. All right, we got our information loaded in. Let me pull up charts. Actually, let's do that from Sim Toolkit. Reason being, I know it's in there already. Or if not, we'll show you how to do it. Okay. From Sim Toolkit, now if you've added it down here, folks, it's one of anything you want to put down here. You click settings and you get this neat thing. You fill it out and put it in. You may have to put passwords and all in, but it's great to have. I have SimBrief there, so I could actually have shown you SimBrief. Sky Vector, I just have to refresh, which I haven't loaded yet. And NavGraph, which will probably show our last flight, but what you can do is import from SimBrief. Oh. Or I could have selected the one. I had checked this up on inside SimBrief on the charts program on SimBrief itself. So anyway, so we are here at LCA. Parking stands. Okay, so we are in, when you load up default X-Plane 12 scenery, it says 26A, not 27A. This is kind of screwy here because there's two jetways, but yet it only goes to this one. The other one must go maybe to that one? I don't know. I doubt way out here. So, and I don't even know if that one was there now, come to think of it. But this is default, what we are at. So we're, why complain? So we're in 27A. So all we do is come down here, and you can fine tune what we have here in SimBrief. Okay. Okay, so 3452.1. Okay. So what we'll do is actually going to bring up charts. Hang on, because this is eating up too much space over there for you to see. Okay, hang on a second. We're going to switch gears. All right, so there's charts, the standalone program that you can run also. And in this case, it allows you to see both. So we need to make this 52. We said 24 through 28, 52.1. Very simple. Yep. Let's go down. Longitude. All you do is click the line select key and it switches, so you now have the arrows here. And again, 52.1, 36.6. Whoa, way off. All right, I want to make sure here. So 52.1. Oh, I clicked on it. Dang it. I hate when I do that. All right, so 50, sorry about that, folks. 52.1, 33, 36.6. Okay, so we got a good lat lawn now. And what that did is took you from wherever the airport is positioned, what the coordinates are, and narrowed it down to your gate. All right. So we align, and we're immediately aligned, got the GPS. Okay, there it goes, aligned up the way it's supposed to. Correct? 52, 52.1. All right. Wind. Again, you can specify, I just do a real quick wind request, and it gets them all. Okay. Back to the init page. Okay, so we've got our flight level cost index. We can go with LGVA as our AV, I'm sorry, is our so not sure what's going on here on the comms, but whatever. At least they're not talking. So 38,000 F plan, and let's go from here. Okay. Wrong one. Let me center us. All right, so for the departure, folks, we are headed out to PHA on the PHA 1W, runway 22, if you remember. So, click, departure, 22, and there. And it fills it right in. We've got Remix, Gipro, Cursa, EHA. Mix Kerpa, SA, boom. Okay, so we know that's entered correctly. From here, our flight plan was let's see, we're going to fly to GENOS. Let's switch this into plan and start stepping through GENOS. And then we're looking for the TOSKA. Ulfit. Oh wait, now we're on an airway. My bad. Okay, so now we're on the airway that'll have Ulfit. It's easier when you look down here this way. Okay, and everything over to sit. Now we're getting on to the sit SIT to Bravo. Okay, now the runway here is 27. Looks like we have RNAV and VOR. Couple of ways you can approach this. You can select here. You can see the different approaches here. They're saying Gozo. Why Gozo? I selected, oh, I know why. I selected the view. There we go. All right, so that's going to take us, you can see the routing that's coming. There's sit and up. So I am going to look at this, and it also throws it down here. So sit. Oh wow, we could have came to Bassa and straight in. That would have been the sit to. Why did we go W? Interesting. Well, I am trying to decide which one I want to do. Because I have Gasso like that, but I also have Basso. Cuts a little bit of turns down. Throws us on a roughly 19-mile final, as opposed to a 9-mile final or 8-mile final. Huh. Interesting. Why does it send us that way? Is there some restriction I'm not reading? Get it. We'll stick to our guns. We'll do the RNAV. And we'll stick to the two, what was it, 2 Bravo. Gonzo. Now, if you were paying attention, folks, the way it does these things is kind of interesting. It's the only thing that you don't get over here in Europe a lot of times is a transition on your star, because each star, as you notice, our main focal point is we come off sit. So we either do the 2A or the 2B. And it's that way. It doesn't. So if you're coming in on Labux would have been 1A, 1B. So again, let's see how it is 1A, 1B. So the transition is already built in most of their stars. So you don't have that, but you can get a VIA. Sometimes it's a lengthy additional initial final or initial to the localizers or to the actual approach. Sometimes it's like this, a fix that you just work in from. It's just sometimes flying in Europe's interesting, but oh my God, the amount of work sometimes to put that into the FMCs in the old days. Today, you get that init request, boom, you're done. But man, going from going from Hong Kong to Amsterdam, piece of cake until you hit Finland, and then it's like 10,000 airways to get to Amsterdam. And I don't mean to complain or sound like I am, folks. It's just weird. And it's again, everything is the way that that's how they do it. All right, so I didn't mean to close that out that quick. All right, so from set, let's continue on. Hey, everything looks good. And then out to Gonzo. Okay, that's where our hold is, and that's where our hold is on the chart. Okay, so that takes care of that. So, but guess what? It also tells us we can put in our flight plan and has two Athens. All we would have to do is put our departure out of here. I don't even know if there is one. We'd have to pull Sim Toolkit up. I could show you in the format we're using how to do that. Real quick, it's one of the reasons I like American's format. Here, hang on. Nav graph. Oh, hang on. Let me do that. Let me update this so in case I use this. Runway 22, runway 27, and Gonzo. So, there we go. Now, had I not opened Sim Toolkit, anything I would have saved down there would have came over. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's bring up Sim Brief here. It's a lot. See how it's all a nice one-stop shop, folks? I love it. Let's go to View, and this is our flight plan. Some neat things you can do here with the map. Show your areas of cloudiness, jet streams with this icon. This one is your radar. And, you're going to get into areas where there is limited radar. So, and you can throw in the UIRs so you know where the centers are. But more importantly, over here is your flight plan. And again, we are in the American Airlines format. So when you form your flight plan, okay, you can just leave it, and it's what's called Lido or default. And that's a great plan, don't get me wrong. And it kind of sort of gives that. I haven't tried it yet with this. But if you scroll down here, go down to Briefing Preview, and right up here, it's giving you your quick flight details. You're going from in 5 Bravo Delta Charlie Whiskey, it's an A319, from LCA to HER, alternate Athens. Here's your minimum fuel, reserve fuel, total burn, planned fuel on arrival, flight time, alternate route, flight level 280. So you're going to go from Nikos via the EPA L1 Victor. See how the routing is, and you can check that or just put it in. But the big thing you'd enter is your departure and arrival, because you're flying a departure out of here. But we're not going to. But I wanted to show you that, so because now that I can do it a lot easier. And then, of course, here's what you sent to ATC. And the rest of your flight plan, again, here's your fuel burns, ramp weights, and all here, your CI, scheduled out, and all of that good time winds and comps. Like I said, I really like this format. The United one that Piedmont uses also is awesome in the fact it gives you the tropo. But when you do the init request, boom, it pumps that all in there. But I want to do that once with the A320 to see if it does that. Not the Neo, the plain one. So, but anyway, just wanted to show that off here with SimBrief. And away with SimBrief. And away with SimToolkit. Alright, you guys ready to go do some flying? Because we're just about there. We've got the flight plan in. All we need to do is check RadNav. Everything looks good. Then we need to go back to the init page, and we're going to click the arrow to put us on the B page. We're going to verify our numbers. How about that, folks? You didn't see a 3 go there. I'm learning. See, he can be trained. 1.9.4. I'm fine with that. 28.6, 29.1. I'm going to go with what we're showing here. Okay. And then our block fuel at 14.0. Let's put 14.2. And check our times. Everything looks good. Next up, folks, we are not going to put a secondary flight plan in. I can hear you go, oh, you should be doing that, Captain. Yeah, I should be doing a lot of things. Shouldn't be in my PJs with a beer either. Well, you know, that 8 hours bottle the throttle. And, well, if you got the bottle already, you're in trouble. All right. So the nice thing here is we can do it one of two ways. We'll do it both ways real quick because we need to get going. Let me just bring up Sky Vector on another screen. We're showing 190. 190 at 5. We'll make that adjustment. 190. 5. I think we're still 24. Yep. 10, 11. We'll go with that. We're dry. Anti-ice off. How much runway? 9,700. We'll go with a flex. And we're going to go with the air conditioner on. Compute. So we're going to flex at 68. V1's going to be somewhere around 108 to 138. Rotate at 138. V2 140. Up 0.4. I don't hardly ever see that change. Green dot, which means flaps up at 206. So flexing. Here's our stop margins. Okay, so how do we set that into here? Uplink. Do this. And then let's change some numbers up here. Can't change the temperature, but I can go one. What is it? 1011? Yeah. Okay, wind 190, diagonal 5. Try. Does that to me every time. There we go. Uplink. Okay, so we're calling for 138, 138, 140. Transition of 9,000. Now, I'm going to a website here. I just realized I could. Where are you, Black Box? 7-Eleven has. We just type in Lclk. Transition is 9,000. Now, our numbers 1020, 1020. Okay. Engine for 22-1600. Hang on, folks. I'm gonna get this set up so I can quickly relay it to you. Go. That link will put you on the site from Blackbox. What it does is it gives you a lot of great information on most European airports, a lot of airports in the U.S. Not like he does Europe. The guy flies Airbuses in Europe, so that's why it's kind of you don't get A320s and 319s over here that much. Um, but it gives you a lot of great data here. And that information down here at the bottom can be updated. It just fine tunes it ever so much. So hang on a second with that queue. Let me get Mac Air opened. And we're going to get this flight rolling here. We've gone way too long on the ground talking about things like Sim Toolkit and all the fun things we can do with these programs these days that help us out. I want to get this program up and running real quick. Can't be done already, is it? Holy crap, it really is. Sorry, folks, for my language there. Wow. That's the fastest I've ever seen it load. Settings, Copilot. What are we looking? 130. We'll go 135 for V1, 138, 140. Save. Just gotta finish loading this ACARS up. It's a little cumbersome. I haven't seen the new one in action fully yet. Oh, there it is, right there. I am looking forward to it. With all of the troubles I have with my internet connection and all of late, I just don't want to, give false, information to them that, hey, this is screwed up, that is screwed up. When no, it's yours truly who's screwed up. Um, just the last piece of information. Uncheck that box. And we're gonna start it. All right, we are up and running on the ACARS system. We've got the performance data loaded in both places. We can also do it for the landing, folks. And if you want a checklist for the Airbus, it's right there. All right, folks, we are ready for pushback. Let me get the middle panel set up here, the FCP. And we're just going to get the numbers real quick, and then we'll come back to everything else. Do we have an initial departure altitude? No. I just got to be above 3, above 5, above 13, so we're good. Take it all the way up. I use the right one. Of course, if we had ATC, we'd go by the clearance. Okay, and over on this McDo, slow it down a little. I'm going to set it up on flight plane. All right, folks, we are ready to rock and roll. All we have left here is set 1011 in the box here. Sets it there. LS constraints, LS constraints. We're on ARC and ARC 40 and 40, VOR, 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 VOR. And dots across the top. Brake fan on. Anti-skid nose wheel steering on. Switching panel, that's right here. All of these are your different settings, I believe, if we zoom in for the McDo. Air data, engine syncs, and all of that. We keep them in normal, unless, of course, some kind of MEL, I never know, engine, anyway, it's limitations on the aircraft performance-wise you have to build in, which would then adjust those V speeds. Or cruise performance, fuel, how much fuel, you may need more, than what you would normally run. Depending on the effect on the aircraft. Okay, transponder set, I think. We don't have ATC, like I said, 2000. And let's get that on. Well, like I said, we're ready to go. Let's start buttoning it up. Okay, come up top here. Lastly, let's go ahead and call better pushback.
Ground cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
All right. Sorry for that, folks. Little wife catching me up on what's going on with her car. Long story short, for those that were here, she blew a tire out yesterday. The car has been under now a recall for tires. Roadside assistance for Subaru came out. Roadside assistance jacked up the car, and it promptly dropped off the jack when the tire came off. So we have yet to hear anything from Subaru as to the status of our car that's been in the shop now over 24 hours. So, yeah.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Kind of in a little miff here. And the car they gave us, thankfully, we got a car. Not totally happy with it, but, that you can't argue about. Just like rentals. I don't like this rental. I ain't gonna give you a new one. So, That, you know, we can squibble on. They didn't do a good job cleaning it out. That's my problem. So, anyway, long story short, that's what that little interlude was about, getting updated on. And, yeah. Will not be recommending this car
So
company, I
connected
don't think.
and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, let's go ahead and pull the jetway away. Okay, and so I'm just getting my mind back into the stream here, folks. It's a very sore subject with this car right now. I think everything Subaru's done to date is a bunch of bunk. So just when I get my mind on it, it takes a couple seconds to reset. So my apologies to you. So anyway, so let's go ahead and push back. Oh, we're not going to go anywhere. Stand by. Gotta pull the chocks, folks.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, what I was intending to do was give us a good view of it pushing back. You know, I will say this to help get me off this, folks, looking at this livery. Isn't that just spectacular? You know, the Martin Lent, I think is what I said was his name. I'm going to say it again. If you're by chance listening on this stream, great job. Just beautiful paint job. I've looked at a couple of the liveries they have at Cyprus. Ooh, they are gorgeous. They use more of the lighter tones of the colors instead of the darker ones like some of the airlines. Wow, boy, do they look awesome. Both in the pictures I've seen online and this one. So, again, major kudos to you, sir. Okay, beacons are on, and let's go ahead, start this puppy up. Engine number 2 coming on. And the reason you don't see me looking down for fuel, that's all you got to do, folks. Flip the switch, the ignition switch knob, we'll call it knob, to ignition, and turn the master switch up. That's it. We're done. It does everything else for you. Which, to me, I really like. And I'm going to go ahead and get our timer started. That way we have a good pushback time.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, let's see how the engine's doing here, because as soon as we get a veil, I think we already got it. Hang on, let's get number 1 going here. I didn't see the gray box, and it wouldn't come up right away. So I'm pretty sure our engine was past a veil.
TOW is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
All right, sir, and thank you for pushing us back here at Flying with Mike. Have a great day. Okay, there's the Gen. Gray box, there's a veil. Start the timer. And let's get out here and look for him. Boom, there's the light, or the, oh, the pins, and we're ready to go. All right, so we need to just come back down. Here's the knob I was talking about. Pull it back 12 o'clock for norm, and we'll go ahead and take that up. All right, so we're going to work our way up to the top. APU bleed is off. Back down to the bottom. I know this is up and down a lot. Flaps 1. Verified. Yep. And then pitch. All right, so what we'll do here, go to F control. There's your flight control systems, and we're going to pay attention to the pitch trim. We're going 0.3. 3. Okay.
Larnaca air traffic, KLM 61 Lima, on final ILS 22.
We'll get our flight controls while we're here, folks. Okay, and the elevator real quick. Okay, engine masters. Okay, so we're come back here in a second, get all of those. Master switch off. Anti-ice we're not going to run with. Seatbelts on. Taxi light on. We're ready to taxi. And lastly, disarm them slides.
Larnaca air traffic, KLM 61 Lima is vacating runway 22.
All right, let's see if we're in his way, or he'll be in our way. I think we in his way, so. Brakes off. Brake check's good. Lapse times are running, and he's gonna go which way? Okay, chrono's good. Long taxi, folks. Huh. Alright, well, let's see. Before we take off, we need those on. Terrain following on. Flight radar will go this way and bring it down to 0. Go ahead and get the PWS on as well. That is potential wind shear, folks. And we're ready to go. All we got left is to alert the cabin. Sorry, folks. You wish you could be here and hear our dog just not liking it. Y'all break. I'm going to take a quick second here. Stand by. I want to make sure something's not happening in our yard. Our neighbors is doing some work on theirs, and he's looking the wrong direction and where they are. Hang on a second while we can. Okay. Sorry, folks. Little quick delay there, just making sure everything was fine as expected. And we're just about to the end of the runway. What a beautiful... we came in runway 4, I believe, when we flew in here last. So we didn't get this beautiful ride, but I think it's just as beautiful the other way too, so... Alright, so we are at the end. And again, I hope y'all are enjoying the ride. And we'll just kind of ease on up here and get ready for takeoff. Okay, checklist is complete. Okay, and I want to do a check here. All right, let's do a quick ATC check. OATC. And how do you pronounce this place? All right, easiest way to make sure there's no traffic coming in. Let me check with SimAware. Looks like nothing on finals. There we go. Get that set better. All right, so we are at Larnaca. Larnaca traffic, Cyprus 73, departing runway 22. Okay. Go lights. Parking brake is off. Okay, timer on. Wrong one. That one. Okay, and %50. Flexing. Okay, 80 cross check, all good, go.
V1, rotate V2.
Gear up.
All right, we'll just cruise on out of here. Brake fans off, and go ahead and turn the autopilot on. Flaps up. All right, final check, ground spoilers down. All right, we are on our way, folks. If you enjoyed the startup here, I know it took about an hour, folks, but I always do like to do the cold and dark. Give it a, I know you would like to see it, earlier on. But folks, we do thank you for being a part of us. And if you would like to support us, hey, we'd love you to just click that follow button. That right there, folks, lets us know you like what we're doing. No money involved, and all you get's an email saying the next time we go live, letting you know the whens and the where and the what are we flying. So this was kind of an impromptu flight in a sort. I really last week could not figure out what to fly today. And I'm usually a lot better at this in that it is a special day. This is the the Remembrance Day. Remembrance, that's the word I was trying to come up with, of D-Day. And I really thought about flying the DC-3 on the paratrooper routes. But knowing that it's a nighttime flight, I didn't want to. And then still very uh, um, new to that plane, I thought I wouldn't do good justice for the day flying it. So we opted for this.
10,000 feet.
Now, I did want to fly a military, at least, flight today, but it's just way too rainy for me to feel comfortable up in Alaska flying it. So anyway, it's my cop out. Yes, it's my story. I'm sticking to it. And um, but then I saw this route. This is a good route too into Greece. So we'll try. We're going to be putting the DC-3, by the way, into more flights here. Just when, I don't know. We're past transition. And, but yeah, I want to just say thank you. And thank you to each and every one of you that support the channel, either by a subscription, by subbing, by donation, or biddies, or just simply following the channel, folks. You all mean so much to me that words can't do any justice for, except for thank you so much. I know there are a ton of streamers out there in the flight sim world, and the fact that you chose to follow my channel just really does mean a lot. So, and then for granted the few, but hey, there's no need to, folks, thank you for those that subscribe. Believe it or not, the money that comes in from the subscriptions, the biddies, and the donations, they all go into helping build the channel hangar, or help me to figure out new ways to try to make this better than the problems we've had. And believe me, I am looking at solutions. Can't change cable companies, wish I could, but that's the only bad thing when you're a monopoly. So but I can look into possibly different platforms to use for streaming, different ways that don't involve OBS. So, and those do take money. So, but I am still, even after 3 years of doing this, still so green at what it takes to put a stream on. And the only problem is then you get used to it, and then you forgot all that stuff that you learned to get to this point. And that's where I'm at right now. So, but again, long story here, short end of it. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. You don't know how much you matter to me. All right, let's get outside and look at again this gorgeous paint job on here. Great job. I mean, that just looks phenomenal. As we kick it out over the med. Texas 136. Hello to you too. Is the arrival airport controlled? Let's find out. Where'd it go? Similar. Well, currently no controllers on it. Now let's see if the real world getting some kind of lag going on here. Hang on a second, folks. In the real world, yes, it is in the real world. Just not VATSIM today. Oh no. Yeah, the uh-oh, it's not working again. Oh boy. I may have to reload Sim Toolkit. Yep. Let me reload that. Stand by. Sometimes a pain in the rump. Where are you, Sim Toolkit? I don't know why it keeps dropping here of late. I do know the man has put... Uh-oh, did it not come on this? There's the bot. I'll let it connect on its own. Another bot has joined. Or why it's being a pain. Well, being a pain. But I can do that for you. Alright, yeah, looks like they're being a pain. Let's see here. I'd say it's my internet, but the internet doesn't control that. But we're going to try MTAR. They were working earlier. Oh well. What can you do when you have a product that's free? Go, yay! But, you know, you're going to have every now and then some hiccups. Alright, so we're through 28,000. Let me double check. I got all my lights off. We'll go ahead and turn the wings off. Yep, even Nightbot's trying with the ETE, and it is falling short. Yeah, I don't know what it is between the two that causes that, so... You got the EPU? Nope. Oh, let me... one thing here, I don't know if this could be a problem with ToLiss A319. This is the latest update, I believe. I don't know why we're seeing what's behind the dark switches. So yeah, no, the APU is off. It shouldn't be. Oh, if it's on the display up here, it's off. Here, there's a good way to find out. Off. When in doubt, always turn the switch on. But yeah, I don't know why the switches are backlit so badly on this. I thought it might have been the way the sun was hitting the plane and all, but now it still, I guess, could. But you would think that wouldn't cause the problem right now. Yeah, everything, all the switches should actually look black, folks. And then when you turn something on, you see it. So I don't know what's going on with this. I guess I could check over at ToLiss. I'll put that on a note card here to check up when we get on the ground. Huh. Now the route came up. Oh, geez. I got a feeling it. Yeah. Oh, you gotta love computers. Love to hate them. But if we hate them so much, we don't play with them. And we all love having fun on computers. All right, so we're on our way. We're back out over the Med. Putting Cyprus behind us and putting Crete ahead of us. But again, man, that is such a cool paint job. That may find itself flying in the U.S. a couple times. All right, let me first do this. Even close. Oh, we still got 4,000 to go. Never mind. We'll wait till we level off, then do our balance out of the fuel tanks, and then prepare for landing. All right, so let me... Okay, and we've got our alternate. Okay, that's lit. All right, and okay, sky vectors reloaded and sim life. Okay. All right, so we got a total of 442 miles to fly today, nautical, and we're on our way. Just pulling up some information here. Okay, some brief is set, and no ETC out over the Med. like I said, no big surprise at this hour of the day. It is prime time in Europe, however, we're out a little further than most of the Europeans in prime time up in the main part of Europe. So it makes sense there may not be a lot of coverage out here. We're looking easily 9, 10 o'clock out here. And, you know, folks got to work in the morning. They got to get up. They got to get to bed. All right, we just leveled off. Let's get the seatbelt sign off. And get down here and do our system check. Okay, basically, I don't like doing this too much, but what we're going to do is just click all. And what it's going to do is allow us to walk through each one of these selections here, folks, to make sure the systems are okay. Oh, private jets. Oh, we have a, actually he's a subscriber and moderator, Hawker125, big business jet lover. And, yeah, you, here, check him out on that Twitch channel there. He loves to fly the corporate business type aircraft. He's working on setting up a real fuselage hulk into a flight sim. So check him out. He, like I said, is one of our moderators when he's able. He's working right now. Works at the same airport I do. And lot of stuff going on this week, let alone this month. So, quite busy, but when he does come up, boy, check him out. But let's do that system check here real quick. The big one. Why are we overspeeding? I know why. Okay, come on. There we go. You know that guy, but that loose nut behind the stick? He forgot to put it in level climb. Well, you got to start at the bottom. Get that private pilot. Great deal. We just had who just got his private yesterday? Told us on stream. And get that, build some time up, get your instrument commercial, and multi, and then you can start looking around. Not sure how the rules work with the corporate jet stuff, but yeah, you may need an ATP, that's why. And that takes time. But you can start commercially flying, though, once you have that commercial ticket. So good luck to you. Let's see, where are we at? The bleed switch, okay. Cabin pressure looks good. And the hydraulics. All right, the fuel, you can see the imbalance, so let's head up. Cross feed on. Oh yeah, I hope this is, I don't know what's wrong with this panel. Not liking it right now. Your flight school, if it was, well, again, when I got my private and went to college to build time and get my tickets, which, long story, we'll leave that. Didn't happen. They may offer up the right seat for you to help build time. So, but you got to get to certain levels today. But yeah, that's a great way to do it there, Texas. Really great way. And we would, and like I was saying yesterday to the folks that caught the DC-3, the school I went to was Ohio University. And back then, I don't know if they still do, they had a working DC-3 that they flew the sports teams around on. And they would offer up the right seat to student pilots. Not student pilot, I mean licensed private pilots. I think I would have had to had my commercial. But yeah, you can build time in that beautiful DC-3 they had. Like I said, I don't know if they still have it or not, but boy, that was a gem. Okay, so we're looking balanced. Turn this off. Okay, back down. All right, so let's continue on from the fuel page. Okay, the APU's off. Temperatures look bearable. Oxygen pressure looks good. Covers look good. Surfaces look good, and nothing. All right, we're on our way, folks. Top of descent planned. 154 miles out. Well, when I flew part 141, and by 300 hours, but they may have raised things. But I would have had an instrument commercial tagged on because they did them both at the same time. The problem came in, then you can get your multi anytime. But it's always good to have commercial because you're going to make money then. Is getting that 1,500 hours for the right seat in airliners. You're wanting corporate, that's why I don't know how that works for them. Just make sure you announce yourself in the Washington, D.C. area so you don't cause sonic booms. And for those of you oblivious to what I just said, not going, what? A couple days ago, somebody wasn't talking to the right people, flew into the wrong airspace, and whoa. It was a corporate jet and scrambled F-16s, and people found out they are cleared for sonic booms, meaning speed of sound nowadays. So voila, they went after him. And yes, that was a poke at the F-16s that went after him. So, but anyway, real quick here with 142 to go, let's look at that arrival here into Nikos. And the reason I'm calling it by that name instead of the other name, I can't pronounce it. All right, so we're coming in on, as we said, the SAT or SIT to B arrival, which basically is just an extension up through here. Now, there are no instructions here, so it makes it real simple. The only instructions, you have to kind of turn your head to the side over here. Transition level 6,000. Yeah. And I was seeing a lot on that about pressurization problems. So I'm wondering if we had another, it was, okay. Oh. Holy mackerel, another Payne Stewart. Oh, good Lord. I think that was a Learjet too. Yeah, I think you're right. Anyway, so we'll fly off the 318 off Sitka, pretty close, Sitta, up to IRA 30, which is over here at Nikos, and then work our way into Gonzo. We're going to be doing the RNIP. From Gonzo. Real quick, frequencies, if they come alive, are right up across the top. RNAV approach, so there's no frequencies, 271 and 2000 for our IRA 400, which is right here. Decision altitude for this will be 830 MSL, or we can dial in AGL of 749. We'll do that here in a second. The missed approach you all can read, but basically you see the dotted line here taking you back to Gonzo. It is an RNAV. Pressures are in HEPA, so we'll be, I don't know the altimeter off the top of my head yet. Transition again, 6,000. Okay, Gonzo to IR 402, 401, 400. Hey, there's a runway. Nice thing here is it gives you at different increments altitudes you should be at roughly 5 miles out, 1940. Remember 400, which is 5.2, 2000. So pretty good. And then, you know, as you work your way in, roughly what you should be at. And then down here is the glide slope. Now we've got a glide slope here of 3.4 degrees. So our descent angle is steeper than we're used to. And the Airbus here will probably be right on the line here. If we interpolate it, let's say 800 feet a minute. How's that? Sound good? I hate interpolating because I always do it wrong. And then again, some of them give you a time from the initial or the final approach fix to the missed approach fix. This one doesn't. So at doesn't even the altitude would be 830 at about 2 miles out. We'll be looking at potential missed approach. Okay, 830. Now this, folks, is what you'll read on your altimeter. When your radar altimeter becomes visible, the same altitude above the ground, doesn't matter if it says 830 or 749, you're at the same amount of feet from the ground. It's just what's measured from. Go out to El Alto, you'll find it at 13,000 feet, the runway. Okay, but AGL will be 200 feet above, so it'll be 13,200. So it's what your altimeter reads. It's still the same spot in the sky, if you will. And then visibility wise for us is 2,400 meters. I am really bad at explaining this. It's better shown on the chart. All right, real quick, we are down. We're hitting the equal time point. We're at 100 miles out. Now, what is the equal time point, folks? It's equal time back to Cyprus or to our airport, right at that point. And then we'll switch to landing, and then let me pull Sim Toolkit. And let me pull the METAR for you all to see if it's working. Lgir. Oh, boy. It's not typing. There it goes. .m. There we go. There you go. You all can see the same weather. Calm wind. How about that? That's scary. I'm used to good winds here of late. All right, so METAR, is it the same? Variable 1014. For the most part, yeah, it's the same. 20 degrees, so we'll put that in, because that does affect approaches. All right. So 2994, dry runway, calm winds. We're not gonna, let's see, what do we got at 8,000 foot? Let's put it on medium. And yeah, reverse. Okay, so all looks good. Compute. And this is telling us we have a VAP of 130. We're requiring 4,350 feet of runway to land. And our distance will be 4,549 feet down the run. Everything looks good. Plenty of runway. And we pull up charts real quick for you folks, just because it's a lot easier to put up and bring down. Over at our arrival airport. So right about in here is how far we'll go down. Hopefully we'll make Charlie come off and taxi right here to the terminal, I think. Yeah, that looks like the terminal. And I'm just getting to see if they do have a... They do, good. Yeah, that is the terminal. So if we come off Charlie... Oh, they're outdoor parking. Okay, okay. I think we'll go... We'll figure that out when we get there. How about that? Okay, now, let's see how far out we are. 90, or are we in the 80s? Okay, at about 80 miles out, I start plugging in our landing data. Now, we already got most of our numbers, but I like to make sure the McDo is loaded too. Let's go ahead. Next phase. Next phase. Q&H. Thank you, sir. Mr. Texas. And 24. And I think it's 360 add 0 for the format here. Oh, I got it right for the first time. All right, I'm going to bring charts up one more time, folks. Okay. All right, let's come down here. So we need at least 830 feet or 749 feet above the ground. If anything is lower than that on the METARs, we don't come in here. Same with the RVR. However, what we're looking at is up here. It's the same numbers, okay? So MDA, how I figure out which one is best for what? M for MSL. DH for decision height. Even though it's kind of whack. Well, this one's actually right. Sometimes we'll see DA, MDA. So I'm going to go ahead and put 830. It's going to say minimums at the same. When this reads 830 or this reads 749, this is where your radar altimeter will show up. V approach 129. Showed it 130. That's close enough. All right, so we are programmed in for a descent within about 60 miles. Let's push it out. And just as we cross, is that Nipis? Nipis, N-I-P-I-S, will be starting down. Oh, I hope y'all are having a great day. I know I am, other than the car issue, but it's been a great day otherwise. And with that, I am going to kind of kick back here for the next 5 or so minutes while we get up here to the top of descent. And use the lav real quick, and then we'll get this thing coming down. So be right back. All right, folks, I'm just trying to clear my mind now. Yeah, gotta love service departments. Anyway, so I'm trying to clear my mind before I let my frustrations with Subaru come through. Great cars, crap service right now. But anyway, um, yes, Texas, we are headed down and headed for 3,000 at Gonzo or Gonzo, and we'll shoot the RNAV. So, folks, this is kind of like an ILS approach, except sometimes you have a glide path, sometimes you don't. So we'll see how this all translates out when we get closer. And I forgot to turn off LS so it could reset. Just do it like we were supposed to once we got away from the airport we just took off from. Welcome to flight simming. Failed this check ride too. That's what I kept saying yesterday, folks, with the DC-3. Yep, we're 1,000 feet off altitude, failed that check ride. Oh, we're 2,000 feet above, we failed it again. Oh, well. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed. Granted, it's a short run across, but it does still take time. Now the weather's and the routing is working all perfectly like it's, well, I don't have timers triggering for the weather, mainly for that reason. So, all right, so our VOR sit is right ahead of us, 51 miles. You can see it there on the nav display at 50 nautical miles. And you can also tell we're getting close. We're starting to see clouds again. Oh, Lord have mercy. What did I just do? How did I put the... Oh, I know what I did. Meant to do that, and I hit F2. Oh, Lord have mercy. Maintenance? Yep, you're going to have to now look at the plane when we get there. I oversped the flaps. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I do like looking at this livery. That is just one of the best I've seen in a long time. Kudos again. Kudos. See how it looks. I think we should be, yeah, a little darker on this side, which it should be just by the angle of the sun, but wow. Oh, man. Well, again, if you're new to the stream, hey, we'd love for you to follow. Just click that follow button. Folks, cost you only an email. That's it. And it's an email every time when we go live. So if you're watching us on YouTube, love for you to hit that subscribe button. On YouTube, all that does, folks, is allow you to know when the next video comes up. That's one of the things we are looking into with all the money that comes in from Twitch subscriptions or donations or biddies, is potentially the hardware needed to get on YouTube Live, which I don't think is much, but we'll see. We're actually thinking about it. So, because Twitch sometimes has gotten really annoying with some of the stuff they've done, so but I don't want to badmouth them too much because, like always, it could be the loose nut behind the stick. That being me. Heck, he just put the flaps in overspeed, so. So, anyway, we are descending. Should be on the ground here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So. enjoy the descent. I'm just going to finish up the descent checks here. McDo arrivals in, performance set. Top of descent winds, 20 miles. Okay, we did. Speed brake, we don't need yet. And the altimeters are good at this point to 6,000. Okay, constraints. Go ahead and put the LS on. I think it might be, yeah, it looks, oh, that's, I got it. Okay, just because it's not a ILS frequency coming up. Okay, so I hope you all have enjoyed the flight. It's been fun. It's a great 2 hour. It's about an hour flight, folks. An hour to be exact. SimBrief put it in at 1 hour and 15 minutes. So if you're looking for short flights, and I know a lot of you do, this is one of those good ones. You know, you can do it just like Phoenix to Los Angeles. Also, LA to San Francisco, Oakland, you know, Denver to Salt Lake, you know, somewhat shorter flights. So, anyway, so we are on the descent. I just want to welcome y'all in. And thank you for the support. And hope to see you on future flights. Tomorrow we're working our 24-hour shift in the firehouse. / public safety, because we do so much more than just fire. But we'll be back at it, God willing, come Thursday. Keep wanting to see if there's any altitude restrictions here. Sure as heck can't find any. Alright, so the initial point is Gonzo at 3,000, and we'll work our way over to 401. Yeah. Instead of talking it out loud, we'll quickly show you. Okay, so Gonzo, 3,000, then we go to 402, still at 3,000, but 185. And then 185 and 40 are at 401, 2,300 feet. So we'll be descending to 2,000 and slowing to VAP of 130. So that way we can come down controlled the whole 9 yards. Kind of looking forward to this. Although these steeper descents I have troubles with. Okay, here we go, folks. All right, let's dial in. Okay, we're set to 3,000 down here. Starting to really wonder.
18,000 feet.
Really wondering if I'm gonna make it. Is it saying standard? Why is that flashing? That would be why. About 060. Alright, we're going to go into an open descent. We're going to be a little off. So, hang on. Just switch gears here. And I'm going to go quiet. The manager is on the phone. Stand by.
Traffic, Sunjet 6 Kilo Bravo established on the RMP approach runway 27. Rapid traffic.
Ten 10,000 feet.
All right, folks, I'm back with you. Yeah. Trying to keep personal life out of the stream, so it's entertaining for you, but it's sometimes difficult. But we'll press on, get this on the ground. We're coming over Gonzo right now at 3,000, and we're going to go ahead and put flaps 1 in because we're going to be slowing to 185. Here to make 402 in 6 miles. Okay, so for an RNAV, we need first the speed brakes armed. And what a time this has been with Subaru. Definitely not their finest hour. Okay, maximum speed of 185 at this point. And you know, I'd like to say this is kind of like flying a DC-3, but we're still about twice the normal speed of it. Close to it. Let's see if we can see the airport. Oh, excuse me, folks. All right, we'll make the next turn and begin slowing. Whoa, how'd I get down to 129? Whoa, a little slow. Laps 2. Laps 3. All right, okay, and then 2,000 after this.
2,500.
I think it's on this little outcropping out here. All right, we're looking for the runway, folks. Flaps 3, distance out, 8 miles.
Gear down.
And while we're at it, let's get full flaps. Get our brakes set to medium.
2000.
Okay. Okay, let's start down. Got the runway in sight. Nikos traffic, Cyprus 73, 5 mile final, runway 27.
One thousand. 1,000. 100 above. Minimum.
Okay, we do have a bit of a wind now. Okay. I'm on the visual, so keep this.
500. 500.
Ease up the plane just a bit more.
400.
Stable landing.
300. 300. 200. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Nikos traffic, Cyprus 73 is off at Charlie. To the gates. Get out of his way real quick. All right, folks. Wow. That's probably the quickest I've cleaned this plane up in a long time. Okay. Radar off. Alright, we're just waiting on the APU. And let me just make sure I didn't forget anything else. Engine mode, flaps retracted, switch on. Terrain off. Radar's off. And let me do a brake check here as soon as we get... Let's do that real quick. Leave the brake fans on. All right. Let's go ahead, get the lead valve on and start shutting them down. Ooh. All right, let's see. Where do we stand on the brakes? Well, folks, welcome into Nikos. Boy, that was fun. You know, sometimes it just seems like the approaches you come in a lot faster than you think, and some of them you don't. And today was one of those. Oh, that's right. I'm trying to figure out why they weren't opening. Oh, that's something not set right. Oh, there go the doors opening. All right. So hope you enjoyed this, folks. It was a fun ride indeed. Again, if you like the stream, folks, if you like the content you see here, hey, smash that follow button. We'd love to have you on future flights. We'll be back at it Thursday. But yeah, we'd love to have you aboard, folks. YouTubers, smash that subscribe, ring the bell to get an email to let you know the next time we're live. And yeah, I really do not like this. Whatever ToLiss did, I don't like this at all. Making it very hard. Oh well. See something over here. How do I know? I think it'd be on the plug-in. All right. You would think you could see it somewhere on here which version you're... Oh, here we go. 1.8.1. Don't think I like this one. Oh well. Anyway, folks, so there you go. Let me check in here. Landed at Mac Air, recorded us at 182. Awesome. Take it, stop it, and send it. Okay, and we'll check in with what our numbers were through Sim Toolkit here. Okay, it was received. All right, so pulling up Sim Toolkit. Forgot I left that up. Oh, they're calling 16 feet. Oh, there had to be a bounce somewhere in there, folks. Because even I know that thumped a little more than that. Oh well, hey, we'll take it though. What a great landing there, Captain Mac, or Captain Mike. 16 feet a minute. Mark that one, folks. Yeah. Oh, anyway, let's see how it actually turned out here. 126, right about VREF. 1.2 on the G's, and yeah, full landing report. That's where the rubber hits the road. That's actually not bad. Explain here in a second. Went about 1,600 feet down the runway, 15 feet to the right of the center line. That I kind of saw because we kept hanging to the right. I couldn't get it to drift over. I hate when it does that. But pitch 6 degrees. That's not bad. We'll see what it looks like. Everything looks good number-wise. And real quick for the new folks that to the flight sim or aviation, this runway tells you a lot. These hash marks are 500 feet apart. So they're giving you an idea how far down the runway you are. Now, where they end, that is where I'm going to put the air quotes up and say, right here is the end of the landing zone for runway 27. Okay, this set of hashes. And this set of hashes here is the end of runway 9. 8,900 feet, folks, so they're pretty close together. All right. The blue dot here, which is actually a white line across the runway there, that is actually the threshold. That is where you should plan your landing past. You're going to notice this when you fly into a precision approach runway. Actually any runway, you'll see these. That's the point you're aiming for visually. So not ILS, not that, although your PAPIs and your glide slope are keyed to you touching down right there. So if you follow those indications, you'll usually flare and touch down pretty close to them, or at least within the landing zone, as we did. The PAPIs will also help you with your lateral, although I don't know if it does that. And I'll be honest, I've never seen the lateral working for me, so I don't know how that works. But the localizer glide slope will put you to that point as well. So overall, a good landing, and we're parked right about here. I was aiming for here, but I goosed it too much, got away from it too long, and yeah. All right. Let's put this away. All right, what I'm going to do here now is button up the aircraft real quick. Don't think I put it on the... Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, we'll get it off the external power. Let's see, let's close, close, and close. Those of you used to seeing the ToLiss Neo 320, you'll notice there's not a bulk down here. Even though I think the A319 might have it, it may not. Got ahead of myself. Nope, it does not. There would be another door back here. The 320 does. Okay. All right, so let's close up. make sure we're not on that age. Okay, that's good. Come down here. Make sure we won't roll. All right, let's see. First off, we got to come off of VATSIM. Let me see if that one airplane is still here. Either he just landed and disappeared, or he just took off. All right. Let's take a look at this approach, hopefully. Off VATSIM. And if you don't do this step, folks, it automatically does it for you, just so you know. Here we go. Oh, so far so good. All right, let me give my little quick spiel here, folks. One of the big differences between the two big sims out there, folks, is this feature. You do not get this default in the other one. With X-Plane 11 and 12, those are the only two I can speak for personally, you get this replay ability. Free in the sim when you buy it. To the credit of the other, you have to buy a download, install it. Once it's installed on your flights, you have to turn it on from a certain point in. Okay? Then you have to reconfigure your flight each time to come in. The last part I'm not 100% sure on, but I thought I saw a streamer say that once. So, however, you can only do the replay from where you restart or start the replay machine. Here, I could go all the way back to the beginning and watch the whole flight. So, that's the differences, folks, one. And it's not a biggie, but if you're trying to figure out why am I landing so horrible, watch them. You can watch them from every view you want, just like you can in the other one. But again, you got to go through a lot of hoops. Here you don't. But with X-Plane 12, sometimes it crashes to desktop. Still kind of beta-ish. In X-Plane 11, I don't ever have any troubles. Enough of that. We're about to land. Let's take a look at it. Again, this is what we just did. And we're high. Yeah, that's not 16 feet a minute, folks. Right, let's get back out here and look at it from another view. Screenshots, folks, if you want any. And you could do this in the other. Actually, you know, it may not have been as bad as I think. Let's see what our wing person has to say. Yeah, okay. Really? I mean, I didn't kiss the ground, but I didn't crash into it either. Tell you, I think I would love to visit the Greek islands. Holy mackerel, look at this. Okay, that ain't too bad. Okay, maybe ToLiss got it right. you say? Oh, that's not the greatest tower view, but it'll look pretty good anyway. Well, folks, that's not too bad. Welcome to Nikos as we pass by the military. Hope you enjoyed the ride, folks. I know I sure did. I'm just getting things set up for the close here. Maybe. All right. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed. And we will see you Thursday, God willing. God bless you all. Have a great night. We'll see you then.